Ladies and gentlemen, this is Just Plain Living, and I'm John Gray, and I'm Just Plain Living.
Good morning, Peggy Burton.
And I'm Jim Fuller.
Hi, Jim.
Just plain living. If
Just
you're
plain.
you're still just plain living
know,
at our
it's
age.
good to
You're
be
a
lucky.
lucky
That's quite
person.
an accomplishment, isn't it?
It is a great accomplishment. Did you stay
Yeah.
warm this weekend?
Yeah, well, I tell you what, it was miserably cold Friday night at that football game. Miserably cold.
We were keeping up with it on the
But
radio.
other than
Shannon and
that,
I were going
yeah.
to Atlanta. I arrived there at midnight. We got out of the car. It just blew us away.
That's when the party was just
So
starting, wasn't it?
I don't know. We
Oh,
were
y'all
ready-
didn't go?
We were ready to pass out.
Ready to pass out. Yeah, it was cold this weekend, but it's pretty out
Rainy,
there right
yeah,
now.
Halloween. We went over to Manchester on Friday to film the Safe on the Square event
Yeah.
they do every year. And it was coming a monsoon over there.
I
Of course, you can't take this video equipment out in that kind of weather. I mean, at least we're not prepared for it. So I had
Honestly,
to pass on that, turns
the
out.
wind was really ferocious.
Yep, those little, if you was dressed up like a marshmallow, you melted.
Yeah, but I noticed the football team came through and told
Yeah, they did. They came through and won the coffee pot again and have made their way to the playoffs, and they will be going to Ray County.
What is that?
Ray County is Dayton, Tennessee, where the Scopes monkey trial was
Oh, that's
done.
right.
It's about halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville on, what is that,
I-40.
40?
Yeah.
No, that ain't 40, is it?
I'm pretty sure it is.
I don't know.
yeah.
Don't
40
ask
goes
me.
from Nashville to Knoxville. 40 runs across the state.
Oh, I don't know what your
24 goes down, and then from Chattanooga, I don't know what that is from Chattanooga up to Knoxville. What?
75.
75 comes through Atlanta.
Right.
Goes,
You'd think we would have known.
Well, you
that.
think we'd know that?
Yeah. Okay.
But you get about halfway to Knoxville and you hang a right and drive for about 30 minutes and you go to Dayton, Tennessee. And that's where all of that monkey trial, the Scopes deal, was done. And I've been there once before, and it almost looks like the town in the old movie.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's very antique-y looking
And
there.
they-
Or it
they
was the last
kinda
time I
kept
was
the
there.
atmosphere,
It's
I
been a
guess.
long time since I've been there.
Ray
They might have
County.
bulldozed it all down. I don't know.
Ray County is 10-0, we might add,
And we're 5-5.
until almost 5-5.
5-5.
So, you know.
But they might be 10-0 in a weak conference.
Exactly.
You never know.
You never know.
That's
it
why
should
they
be
play the
an
game.
exciting game.
Always.
Sure it is.
Just a long trip.
Yes, absolutely.
I heard that Rocky Horror Picture Show went off great, although everybody stayed and froze. And this is cute, so I'm going to have to tell you. Rob Allen put on Facebook that, yes, hell did freeze over, but they got through it.
Yeah, that was
'Cause I was thinking
done. That
about
was
that at
done
midnight.
outside
Midnight.
Friday night,
Yeah.
midnight on the steps at South Jackson Civic Center.
But everybody
Yeah.
stayed, they said. And
They said, I heard that several people said that they would just give their ticket price as a donation. 'Cause I think they'd sold well over 100 tickets, and Sean Fuller, my neighbor who was in that place, said there was about 50
oh, okay.
that
Well,
was
some stuck it
there
out.
and stayed there, and he said he was fortunate. His character was one that wore quite a bit of clothes.
So he stayed warm.
So he was better off than some of them.
Well, I guarantee you I had on a lot of clothes. Luckily, I took a lot with me. Several layers. I learned that in London.
Was it warm inside the Georgia Dome?
You know, it wasn't. It
Oh,
was
wasn't.
warmer.
Yeah.
But it was not what I'd say warm.
Yeah.
But when the whole crowd got in there, it was
So you were
okay.
there for?
For my grandson, he was in a band competition from Fairfax School in Virginia.
Uh-huh.
They had about 40 bands. It was really exciting. I'll tell you what's the most exciting is to see a huge stadium, pretty packed, watching these kids march. Because often it's all about football and all about this and that, which is great too. But it's nice for them to get the accolades.
So there was not a football game.
No,
This
no,
was just
it was
a competition.
There was 40 bands.
That's
and
pretty cool.
It was really interesting.
There's
I
a
loved it.
movie. There's a movie that I like called Drumline,
I haven't seen
I've
that.
seen that.
and
actually.
it's about marching band competitions, and a big part of these big college bands is the drum line.
Yeah.
And I mean, they do they
Oh,
have their
my,
own
it's amazing.
performance and
all these
you
big
know,
marimbas and all this long line of
and so it's
instruments.
you need to watch that movie. You'd
Yeah, I'd
enjoy
like
that
to
movie.
see that.
Drumline.
That would be
It's a good
good.
movie.
I was going to say that Dobbins Bennett in Kingsport, and that's a Tennessee band, took a huge award, and I was so impressed because they were the only band that did something that exemplified World War II. They had the whole front across the football field lined with pictures that were indicative of military in World War II, and that was very touching to me.
Yeah, and speaking of that, General Alan Harris is going to be on the show today.
And he's going to speak on the 11th, right? At Veterans Day
Yeah, it's
ceremony.
Veterans Day at South Jackson. The ceremony will be held there.
Does it start at 11 or 12?
I don't know, but I bet you he knows, and he'll tell us.
He knows.
Well, here's
11.
oh,
At
it's
11.
always at 11.
Fran Gray just popped in, and she knows.
And she knows. And
Yeah.
she and Miss Lisa Meyer are going to be up here in a minute.
I know.
Talking about an event at South Jackson as well. And we've got Fran Barber out there in the audience. And
We've got the dog of the week.
Dog
or
of the
month.
Dog of the Month is out there. And, just all kinds of neat things happening around here. And just want to remind everybody to keep your ear to the ground and read the paper and listen to what the radio says and listen to what we say, because we're pretty much starting the holiday season. Thanksgiving is coming along, and there'll be all kinds of wonderful opportunities for you in our community
Yeah, no, but I hope
to
people
hear
will shop.
songs and hear
Yeah.
music and go to plays
And shop right here in
and
this
shop.
community.
Yeah,
Exactly.
shop small. Stay here
Support.
first.
You know,
Agree.
speaking of holiday events, we're actually putting one together, John.
Yes, we are.
The American Legion did the Big Brothers Telethon for some 16.
You're doing that again?
No, actually we're
sorry.
not. But what we are doing, and it's going to be kind of fun, I think, is we are compiling a list of some of the highlights of those 16 years.
Oh, that'll be fun.
And putting it together as probably be a 3-hour show.
Wonderful.
To play during the holiday season. And,
Will I get to see you sing? Hear you sing? See you sing?
New York, New York.
I hope so.
I'm sure that'll
Yeah, I
be in
hope so.
there.
That'd be
You know,
great.
and I started to work on that last week. It's going to take a few weeks to put it all together because a lot of that video is on it's on videotape, which nobody uses anymore. So we have to convert it into some
I
sort
know.
of
I've
digital
got
format
thousands of those
to be able to use it, and some of it's a little deteriorated, but.
That's okay.
It's amazing. A lot of the people, some of them unfortunately have passed away since then. But we put on a few years,
You
a
put-
few
yeah, you put on some
pounds,
good
few
shows.
pounds, over the
Few
over the
wrinkles.
I
years.
think that'll be wonderful.
Well,
I'm
the thing
excited
about it
that.
is I mean, you can think about, if you think back and you remember Joe Henry in a dress.
Yeah.
gosh.
And a lot of the stuff that we did was absolutely hilarious.
Right. Yeah,
And I'm
no,
sure we're going to have some Benny and the Bankettes on there.
and we'll have Benny
Yeah.
singing by himself, which was always a treat. and
I
so,
know.
one thing I've noticed going through this, I remember back in 1991 when we started doing that, I'm thinking at that point, as I'm singing, I'm thinking, I'm pretty good at this.
Yeah.
But when I watch that video, I'm thinking, oh my God, I wasn't quite
You were.
I wasn't quite hitting some of those notes I thought I was hitting there.
quite as
back
good as I thought I
No, I
was.
wasn't quite as good as I thought I was back in 1991.
1991.
Some of that stuff I shouldn't have been doing.
It's amazing how much better we get in our youth the older we get in our mind.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, you look back in your mind and you go, all right. Because you don't remember some of that stuff quite the way it really happened.
Exactly.
We all have a tendency sometimes to forget the rough part and remember the smooth.
Oh, but I think that's kind of nice. I think
Sure.
that's one beautiful thing about memory. Eventually, the good memories just come out, and you don't remember.
Yeah, we have a tendency to
If you have a good
forget the
attitude
bad
about
things.
life,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
guess.
sure,
Yeah.
sure.
You got to, oh, well.
We got a good attitude about
got
the
a good
X. We just got
attitude,
the X out there, and you know what that means? You don't have to listen to us anymore.
That's right.
Our mindless dribble, and we'll bring you some people who really know what they're talking about. If you just stay tuned, we'll be right back.
The Kia Cadenza sale continues at Russell Barnett Kia of Tullahoma. We still have a great selection to choose from. Purchase one of these Kia Cadenzas out of dealer inventory and receive dealer invoice pricing, starting as low as $32,545. No games, no gimmicks, no hassles. With America's best warranty, the 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, Kia is the power to surprise. Invoice pricing for a limited time only. Russell Barnett Kia of Tullahoma. Why buy anywhere else?
It's your trademark. That's something special everyone knows and remembers. It's your thing. It's made holidays special for decades and summers unforgettable for the entire neighborhood. It's made everyone laugh every single time. Don't let illness or injury keep you from doing your thing. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Hello everyone, I'm Fran Gray and I'm here today representing South Jackson Civic Center. We have many wonderful things going on at the Civic Center, and we're very happy to be opening our Performing Arts series very soon now on November 22nd with a tribute show to Simon & Garfunkel as presented by Jim Witter and his band. And if you are interested in attending that show, call me at South Jackson. Again, you can get a season ticket for just $60. That gives you 3 shows, and it's just going to be a marvelous season of tribute to, not only to Simon & Garfunkel, but to the Beatles. And then later in the year, or the new year actually, we'll remember the Rolling Stones by way of a band called Satisfaction. It costs a lot to put on a show, and one of our biggest expenses to bring in artists, such as I've mentioned, is renting a piano. And for about $800, we bring a piano onto our stage at South Jackson, which is required by these visiting artists. And so while we have that piano on stage, we like to take advantage of it. So on Saturday night, the 22nd, we have Jim Witter on the piano. And then on Sunday afternoon, we're having November 23rd, we're having a wonderful young artist showcase. And today I have Lisa Maurer here with me, and Lisa is going to tell us about this young artist showcase. Lisa, thank you for being here.
Oh, you're welcome. We're going to feature some of the musical talent of the town. We have several outstanding music teachers in town: violin, strings, woodwind, piano, and so we've called around to the local teachers and said, do you have any high school students who are prepared to play at a recital in November at South Jackson? Classical repertoire. And so we got their names and we set them all up, and we have a wonderful program lined up.
Oh, that is just great. And I want to include you as among those wonderful teachers. Yes,
Why, thank you.
You are, and we are very blessed in the community to have people who love music, who play it beautifully, and love to teach the art of playing music, singing, and so forth. Can you tell us a little bit about the program? What could we expect when we come to the program?
Well, you will see students from 9th through 12th grade. You will see a pianist. We have a saxophonist, violinist, flute, a couple vocalists. You will hear works from Beethoven, Vivaldi, let's see, some 20th century, Gallagher from the saxophone player, some J.C. Bach. You know, Bach had 20 children, and so 3 of his children are prolific writers and performers, so we will hear from one of his children. And just some wonderful music, some MacDowell, some pieces you might not know, some MacDowell Scotch poem, some Debussy from the Suite Bergamasque, some Chopin, and just some wonderful music.
Oh, what a great way to spend a Sunday afternoon listening to these classical pieces and to encourage these young people.
Yes.
Tell me about some of these personalities who will be with us.
Well, we have some students from Dorothy Mahaffey, Eleanor Giacoletti, and myself, Peggy Burton, and Baldwin. So some of these students are seniors, and some of them are preparing to go into music. So you will hear some wonderful performances. The students have worked very hard. They're required to memorize their music, so it's going to be on a high level of performance. And
absolutely.
so it will be very enjoyable to listen to.
It will indeed. You know, there's so many great things that young people do, and I think this is a wonderful venue to celebrate that we have a lot of talent and that young people appreciate classical music, and many of them build their lives around classical music, don't they?
Yes, yes.
When did you start playing, as a matter of fact?
I started when I was 4 years old.
Oh, really?
Because I couldn't start kindergarten because where I lived, you had to be 5 by a certain date. So I was born in December, so I couldn't start till the next year. So I would ride my tricycle down the street to Mrs. Carlson's house, and she would give me, piano lessons, sitting on her couch, taking her knitting needles and pointing out the notes. And so I started when I was 4. So by the time I got to kindergarten, I was playing, and the teachers were like, well, play for our little programs and everything. So
really?
I was playing in kindergarten at school, and I just stuck with it. So.
There weren't any child labor laws?
No, but music is a great opportunity to go places, to meet people. It just broadens your perspective. They say music makes you smarter, and it's just a wonderful avenue for students, and we're hoping to make this a tradition. Every year have this Young Artist Showcase, and hopefully it will inspire young kids who see it to say, that's what I want to do. I want to be in that program one day. And it's just wonderful that this town is very supportive of the arts.
I think that is just fantastic. Someone may be very comfortable in their home practicing and playing. It's another thing when you are up before people, isn't it?
Yes, it teaches students some very good things like how to solve problems in real time. What do you do when you forget what you're going to play next? You have to solve that problem right away. And you learn poise, how to stand in front of people. You learn to be on time to concerts. If you're late, you learn how to dress. So it teaches students a lot of very beneficial things to know. So.
Well, I think that's just great, and we do appreciate Peggy Burton's idea of having this performance, because she encourages so many young people and provides venues for them to play, and this is yet another great spot for them to come, and also to be at the Civic Center. And we have had many young people to come through there on stage and behind stage working on the performing arts, and we try to provide any and every way we can to have people there and appreciate good music and theater. And it's just a real natural thing to have them there and to enjoy some classical music. It truly is. Now that's going to come up on Sunday, November 23rd. What time is the performance?
It's at 2:30.
2:30, and tickets are available at the door, aren't they?
Yes.
So we just encourage people to come out to South Jackson Civic Center on Sunday, November 23rd. Come and enjoy some fantastic music played by some lovely young people, and to show appreciation of the good things in Tullahoma. Thank you so much, Lisa. I can't wait to hear it.
Let the Smokehouse be your mountain getaway destination in beautiful Monteagle, Tennessee. Enjoy our cabins, restaurant, and old general store. Shop thesmokehouse.com, featuring homemade barbecue sauces, jellies, and many other fine Tennessee products. Our live Music on the Mountain series features some of the best local and Nashville talent every Friday and Saturday night, 6:30 p.m. No cover, kids welcome.
This is a tree that was never chopped down to make a crutch that was never needed. By a child who never got polio. Because vaccine was never in short supply. Thanks to people whose compassion wasn't either. Over the years, Rotary Club members have helped immunize over 2 billion children against polio. Soon, the world will be polio-free. Rotary. Humanity in motion.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No two visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Tullahoma.
Welcome back. I want you to know we have Lucy on the show today. Hey, Lucy. This is Lucy the dog with Kevin Whipple, who is at the, where are you?
At Tullahoma Animal Shelter.
Tullahoma Animal Shelter, and there's all kind of dogs there. And Lucy looks to be about 6 years old, calm and peaceful.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
She'll be a wonderful pet.
Oh, yeah, she's real calm, and she's already house trained. So she'll whine and let you know when she wants to go potty and go to the bathroom.
And she's yawning because she's so tired.
Oh, yeah. Well, she's been riding around with me in the truck today, so she's been my buddy all day.
How long y'all had her?
Oh, we've had her by getting close to a week now.
Just found her out roaming?
Yeah.
Is that the way it works?
we got a call about her, and we found her, and unfortunately, when we took her to the vet to get her checked out, we found she had some tumors.
So y'all will take the vet will help take care of that?
Yep, we got a vet appointment for her, and she's gonna get her a few surgeries, but she'll be all good to go.
Do we need to give that vet a plug? Who's doing it? Do you know yet?
I can't remember who it is.
I know that several different vets.
Yeah, we work with several vets all over.
So kind
all over,
to help with these dogs when they come in and they need some work. All right, something's coming up. What is it?
We have our Adopt a Dog event on the 15th at Title Max from 10 to 2.
November this month?
November, yes. November 15th at Title Max from 10 to 2.
And that's down here on the main road, right?
Yeah, that's on, I believe it's on Jackson Street.
Yeah, so you're just out front.
Yeah, we're going to set up front. We're going to have a tent, table, and a few dogs out. So we want everybody that we can to come on by
and you'll have a big dog, little dogs,
we're going to try to have a little bit of everything out there.
Hairy dogs, hairless dogs.
Oh, yeah.
How many you got down there right now?
We got close to 70 at the moment.
That's a crowd.
So we've still got a crowd of them.
And of course, it's getting winter, and just the other night how cold it was.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I hope people are making their homes available or shelters.
Yeah, and if you got a dog house or anything, put some straw in it, cedar chips, anything to help keep them warm.
To help keep them warm.
Yeah.
Old blankets are okay.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I know some people that put a light in their dog house.
Yeah, there's
Is that a good idea?
Yeah, you can, and there's some dog houses you can purchase. They're a little more expensive, but they got heat that actually heats up the dog house.
Oh,
so
that's a nice thing.
Yeah, so you have maybe one of those
and
if you got an outside
it's
dog.
imperative if you have an animal that they have shelter.
Definitely, they have to have shelter.
Got to have it.
Gotta have it. Oh yeah.
Has she been spayed and all that?
She hasn't yet. When she goes in for her surgeries, we're going to have that done as well. So
she's had. She looks healthy.
Oh yeah,
oddly enough.
We've been feeding her good and taking care of her.
She's just happy to be sitting here on TV. Mm-hmm. So this thing on the 15th. What time does it start?
It'll start at 10.
And go till
about 2.
And so, besides adopting a dog, do y'all do chips?
We do microchips. For a donation of $15 or greater, you can get a microchip for your dog.
Is that something you'll do there?
Oh, well, we'll give you the chip, and we'll fill out the form, and then we got a certain vet
that'll take care of it.
Inserts the chip.
It seems like in this day and age, with so many dogs on the loose or running around, that sometimes they get lost when the storm comes or whatever, so it's really important. How about washing dogs? Are you supposed to wash your dog a lot?
You can. Just kind of depends on if they got a lot of fleas or certain kinds of flea wash shampoos you can
Lucy
get.
doesn't look like she has a lot of hair to shed. That seems good.
No, she's not. She don't shed very much at all.
She's a beautiful dog, but she's so tired.
Yeah, apparently.
She keeps yawning. Are you bored, Lucy? Listen, if you need a good dog, please go to the animal shelter. There's so many animals that need a home. And I encourage everybody to have an animal because it makes you you're kinder. You ever notice people that have an animal, as a general rule, they're kinder?
It seems to be that way.
It's time that we have to go, so let's tell them again. Is that Saturday 15th or Tuesday?
Yeah, it should be on a Saturday.
Saturday
Yes.
at 10 o'clock.
At 10 o'clock.
In front of Title Max.
In front of Title Max.
Tell everybody you know that wants a dog and come on down and find out some things you need to know. Offer a donation, whatever.
Yep.
It's important.
It's
Thank
very
you,
important.
Kevin. You are a wonderful,
Thank you very
wonderful
much.
friend to the animals.
Thank you.
We'll be back.
Looking for a unique gift for someone special, or perhaps something just for yourself? Then you need to check out Grady Mac Denim Company, right here in the heart of Tullahoma. Grady Mac features the full line of men's and women's Lucky brand apparel. Stop in and check out our denim production line. Grady Mac offers a full line of outdoor sporting apparel and much more. And check out our custom fly fishing equipment, fine art, and signed sports memorabilia. There's something for everyone at Grady Mac Denim Company, the most unique store in Tullahoma.
We get closer to a world with more birthdays. When we take cancer patients by the hand, we help them find answers and guidance and hope, and give them more candles to light. We're the American Cancer Society. Help create a world with more birthdays at morebirthdays.com.
Hey, I'm Terry Stroop, Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. Our goal is to provide you comfort in your home. Cool weather's on its way. Sign up for your fall maintenance now. Trane is offering some special financing or rebates for your new systems you purchase this fall. Our goal is to provide you with the best possible service and installation job available. Our office staff is beat by none. Now that you've heard the Stroop effect, the picture is clear. Call Stroops for all your service needs.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Well, good morning. We're Just Plain Living, and I'm Winston Brooks, and we got some very special guests here next to talk about a great event coming up Saturday, November 22nd. Let's get right to it. Principal Edens, Principal Sharan. Bobcat, Panther.
That is correct.
Which one is the champion?
The standing champion right now is the Panthers. We won last year, and this was participation, okay? This was based on the number of people you had participate that represented the school. And we had a little over 200, and they were very, very close behind us. Actually, they were leading until the day of the race, but we pulled it out.
Right. It was real close all the way through, and so we need our Bobcats to come out this year.
Were those audited results, or who counted those numbers?
There were some hanging chads, I believe.
Some hanging chads. Now, so if you want to support West Middle School, how do they sign up?
There's actually two ways. They can go to either school to sign up. They can come to West or East and fill out the registration, and on the registration it has a spot to choose East or West. Or they can also go to active.com and type in Tullahoma Get Fit, and it'll pop up, and they can register online for that.
Right, and you can also go to tullahomatn.gov/get-fit, where you'll be able to go right to their active.com register site and also learn more about how to stay fit in Tullahoma. Now, who's the star runner for the Panthers?
The star runner for the teachers, I'm expecting it to be Gary Barfield or Byron Locklear. I don't know. I think it'll be one of those two.
Do you have any challengers?
We do, but we don't share that information until race day.
Another thing, when you were asking about how we know which one they're representing, we want to make it clear that you don't have to represent just one school. Like our director of schools, for example, he wore a Panther Paul and a Bobcat Paul because obviously he wasn't going to choose one over the other. A lot of people from the city do that as well.
And that's a great point, because this is a great event. There's a ton of fun out there. The band, the cheerleader, Dr. Lawson came out there. You have, will the Panther and the Bobcat make an appearance?
They will.
Absolutely.
We plan on having them there, and it really is a great event and when Debbie and I talked about this initially, it was really kind of just to get the community together. We wanted to get everybody together because, you know, Tullahoma's full of either West people or East people, and they're all going to the same high school. So we think it's a community builder.
I think it definitely is a great community builder. There were how many people ran the event last year?
We had about 400 last year, and it really surpassed what we thought it would the first year.
Great turnout.
So we're hoping it's bigger and better every year to come, and we're very excited about it because the kids had such a blast. Kids were in charge of everything, and the adults there had a blast. It was just a lot of fun.
There were a lot of families that did join us.
Right.
And I think this year would be easy to get maybe 600. That'd be a fantastic goal. Could be split evenly, west and east.
Well, I don't know about that even thing, but I like the idea of 600.
Now, I hear there was some scuttlebutt.
A little bit.
A little bit about the route. Talk a little bit about the route this year. What's going to change?
The biggest change we made is last year we heard a few people say if they were pushing a stroller, it was difficult to push a baby stroller over the fields that we went through. And then also some of your really hardcore runners, they were concerned about their ankles turning. So this year the route has changed so that we won't be going through any fields. So we're excited about that because for true runners, it makes it easier for them.
It's a certified course now, too.
Right.
It's also family friendly. As far as I know, I don't think we cross any major streets. So the young kids can be a part of it, and it's not an issue. And we actually have awards, I believe, for the younger ones, too. So we encourage the younger ones to participate as well.
Remind us what date it is again.
It's November 22nd.
Race time is Saturday morning, November 22nd. We're going to do it. If it's cold, just bundle up. It's going to be lots of fun. Registration starts at 8 that day. Again, we encourage folks to go ahead and register by this weekend, and that will ensure that they get a shirt. Now, we're going to have the shirts on first come, first serve basis the day of the race, and we hope to be able to give a shirt to everyone, but you know, you could always run out. So we encourage people to go ahead and sign up now.
Pre-register to assure that you get a shirt. That's a great tip right there. Have there been any other great tips that you want to provide?
Well,
Sharon, for your West, and we'll come back to you if you've got any running tips that you want to share with your team.
Don't start off too fast. Don't try to keep up with the crowd, because if you try to keep up with the crowd, you're going to die about a mile and a half in. So I learned that one really quick. If you're not a runner, keep it slow to start off with.
Now, do you go with the same advice, or do you have some different advice for your team?
Absolutely. That happened to me last year because being pretty naive, I was determined I was going to keep up with this one, and he has a few years on me there. He's a little bit younger than I am and a little bit more fit. So at one point he was saying, if I need to slow down for you, or if you need to go on, just go ahead of me. And I just kind of laughed and said, go. So he beat me. My students thought I would beat him, but he beat me by a long shot. But he was very kind about that.
Well, do you think that's going to happen again this year? Do you think you can beat Principal Edens?
I'm not going to say. I really think she's been, working hard at it, and I think it'll be a challenge. It'll definitely be a challenge.
Now, what about your Bobcat Panthers? How are they, working out? Do they have a strict diet right now? You got them up to the 3.2 miles?
Yeah,
or
they're ready. I think they're
working
ready.
On some sprints.
We can take them. No doubt we can take them. Again, very, very excited about it. One thing I do want to bring up is that for students in the Tullahoma City school system, it's $10 to register. It's just $10 fee for students if you're a student at any level, and then it's $25 for adult runners. So I do want to bring that up, that we're trying to keep that price down as much as we can for runners.
And it's important, too, to realize that money's going back into the school, support the school and all their great programs. This is a great community event. We want to encourage everyone to come out November 22nd. It's the second Tullahoma Get Fit Panther Bobcat 5K Fun Walk. You guys are doing a great job. Really appreciate everything you're doing for the community and leading those schools. And I guess November 22nd, we'll see who the new leader is. And I noticed you brought your trophy, too.
Yes, and it's small, but boy, the meaning behind it.
Thanks to Frankie, by the way. That's a beautiful trophy they made.
That's right. This is our trophy, and of course, this will be a traveling trophy, so I plan on putting it right back in our case after the run this year.
Excellent.
So we're
thanks
hoping
for coming
to keep
down
that.
Today, guys.
Thank you, Winston.
Thank you, Winston, and thanks to Mayor Curley as well.
See you out there at the Running of the Cats. We'll be right back with more Just Plain Living. Thanks, and have a great day.
Grill 'em at Gillum's, Tullahoma.
Are you a shoeanista with no place local to find your style? Well, now you don't have to travel any further than Bren's Shoe Boutique, located at the Village on Jackson, 1940 North Jackson Street, Suite 120 in Tullahoma. From funky to formal, you can find the fit and style that will make you smile at Bren's. A shoeanista herself, owner Brenda Kemp offers brands like Rocket Dog, Jessica Simpson, Mia, Nine West, J. Renee, Bandolino, and more. Want that accessory splash that none of your friends have? Bren's offers a selection of one-of-a-kind handbags and jewelry with just the right bling. So if your shoe selection doesn't stack up, find what you've been looking for at a price you can afford at Bren's Shoe Boutique, now open in Tullahoma.
When you see the sign, The Main Event, take a close look inside at a hair studio that offers services by some of the best master stylists in Middle Tennessee. These stylists offer a list of services that compete with large city salons, from trendy cuts for men, women, and children to the latest color techniques, including highlights and bold color accents. Other services offered include permanent hair weaving and relaxing to formal hairstyle for that special occasion. You can also give yourself a very special treat with a full makeover, including full body waxing. For your convenience, we are open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until the last client leaves happy. Call and make your appointment at 931-571-8682 or stop by our Tullahoma location at 207 North Jackson Street. Pamper yourself at The Main Event today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and today I'm glad to have with me Miss Fran Barber, and she is with the Coffee County Senior Citizens, and we have some announcements to make about that. Y'all had a little problem over there at the center, didn't you?
What a big problem. Last Monday, when Vicki the director went into the center, she was met with ankle-deep water, and it was all over the building. One of the pipes had come loose from the wall, I understand, and in the men's bathroom, and it wasn't just leaking, it was gushing, and from the amount of water, they think it must have been all weekend.
All weekend. So you've got water ankle deep, and we're looking at some video now. And of course, when this happens, because I've had that happen at my residence, we had an upstairs water line break, and we came in to find the ceilings on the floor and everything soaked. And you can see the stains on the walls there. So this doesn't mean you just come in and vacuum it up. The floors are buckled, and the floors will all have to be pulled up, the baseboards.
Except for the activity room. The doors were closed and there were steel fire doors, and it did not get in that room, but you can't do any activity in there because you
can't get to it.
Well, you can get to outside door, but you can't get to a bathroom. You can't use the bathrooms.
Right. So, and what they usually do in situations like this is they'll have to come in and probably cut out, 2 feet up the walls and pull that sheetrock out, and insulation, and have to redo all of that stuff. I think you said you had some paperwork that was...
A lot of paperwork that was stored in boxes on the floor were wet, but they saved them all. Nothing was destroyed, and people, don't worry about your Social Security numbers and your private information. It's all HIPAA protected.
Okay.
So they're spread out on tables in the center, and nobody's allowed to go there. I did a little bit of video of paperwork and stuff. Right. But those are all protected by HIPAA, so everybody's information is protected.
Well, that's good. That's good. So, how many members do you have over there right now, approximately?
Right now, I do not know. Actually, members, we have a lot of people that come there that are not members. To be a member, you have to pay $25. You don't have to be a member to come, okay? But $25 a year, and that goes towards keeping the building open.
Right.
And but we have a lot more people that aren't members that come and enjoy the activities.
So on a given day or in a given week, what do you have come through there? 100?
Sometimes we have people? Around 180, 90. It depends.
Depends on what's going on.
What day? Yes.
And of course, Fran's been gracious enough for years here to do a senior citizen show with us. And, you know, that shows a lot of the things that goes on over there. Everything from dancing to quilting to lapidary to exercise to
a lot of health
lectures on health and stuff like that. So, you know, it serves a great service in this community. And as Fran and I were talking, you know, you realize that that's home to a lot of folks.
Oh,
and
yes, it is.
That's where they go to do their daily activities. That's where they meet with their friends and laugh and tell jokes and shoot pool and play cards and just visit.
And eat lunch together.
And
now the lunches are still being served.
Okay.
And out of the kitchen, we get our food from Fayetteville.
Okay.
And it's already cooked, and we just put it in steam tables, so they are able to do the lunches. You cannot have the congregate meal. We can't get together and eat, but you can pick up your meal. But you have to sign up, call and sign up, and you can pick up your meal and take it out. Normally, you can't take it out.
Right.
But now they're letting people take it out.
Right. Well, after going through this myself, of course, what we had at home was probably more extensive than that, in that we didn't have concrete floors, so we had to pull up subflooring and everything. I would say, you know, there's no telling how long, but you're talking maybe
weeks, maybe a month.
Maybe a month or more, no telling. There's just no telling, and that's a shame, because I know there's a lot of people out there who are wanting to know when.
Yeah,
because that's
we
how
can't give them
they
a day,
fill their day.
Yeah, you know, with the workers and everything, at first they thought, okay, well, the workers even thought, and the insurance company, whatever, thought, okay, when they came out and assessed it, they said maybe a couple of weeks, but they didn't realize how much damage. A little water goes a long way, doesn't it?
Little water goes a long way. That's a fact. What about, are there other places that they can go? Can they go to Manchester?
Manchester Senior Center, and on Mondays only, Vicki has the auditorium where the Catholic school was. You know, they're closed. So they're letting us use the auditorium. We have a rider on the insurance to cover. A lot of places wouldn't let us do it because of liability.
Right.
You know, seniors falling and getting hurt, and yeah, they wouldn't do us for the liability, and places are expensive.
Right.
So we're just meeting there just on Mondays.
On Mondays. So what you need to do out there, folks, is you need to keep an eye on us and here on Channel 6, and we will let you know what's going on at the Senior Citizen Center and let you know how quickly you can get back in there. And guess what? When they open the doors, it'll be like a brand new place again.
It will.
Won't that be wonderful?
New floors, yes.
New floors. Well, you know, if they cut the sheetrock, bottom half of the sheetrock out and replace it, that means they got to paint the whole wall.
That's right. And the carpets, the offices are carpeted. So
carpet, new carpet, new baseboard.
Yeah.
Shoot. Merry Christmas.
It will be exciting.
Merry Christmas, huh? All right, folks. We thank you for watching, and we'll keep you informed. Fran, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
All right. We'll be right back.
The highest standard of trust offers a sense of safety and comfort. It's established over time. You know when you see it. You know when you feel it. There's a standard of trust in healthcare. It's the Joint Commission Gold Seal of Approval. In 2003, Life Care Center of Tullahoma voluntarily achieved this accreditation and maintains it still today. Life Care, meeting a higher standard because residents matter most.
Have you heard that little voice that beckons you to come home to Tennessee? Well, here's your chance. Here's a property offered by its owner. It's 20 miles from the National Walking Horse Celebration grounds in Shelbyville, Tennessee, and only 10 minutes away from the Jack Daniel Distillery in Lynchburg. It's located at 769 Shipman Creek Road. This property has over a 5,300 square foot home on 45 acres, and a sprawling 200 acres is also available. Let's take a look at the house. Built in 1998, this home has 4 bedrooms and 3.5 baths. This home offers wide open views, featuring the main floor with over 2,700 square feet of living room, an eat-in kitchen, a formal dining area, and a massive 20 by 19 master bedroom with a master bath and fireplace included. There is craftsmanship at every turn, solid cherry cabinets, built-in cherry shelves, and other solid cherry appointments. It's a 2-story home with 3 nicely sized bedrooms upstairs. Down a spiral staircase, the basement hosts a 40 by 40 den with a handcrafted bar. We're leaving the jukebox here, folks. The basement is a recreation room on steroids. There are too many closets to count and more than you'll ever need. There are so many places in this home to find peace that you'll seldom want to leave it. But when you do, you'll discover up to 200 acres of paved roads with city water. The property is quilted with streams, woods, ponds, and open pasture. The view from the porch alone is enough to say you're home. The property includes a 3-bay heavy construction shop and plenty of room to build stables and graze livestock. If Tennessee's been calling you home, start your journey by calling this number. A property like this comes on the market but once in a lifetime. We think you'll love it. We think you'll stay. This is a very real estate.
I'm meteorologist Leland Statham from the News Channel 5 Weather Center. Look to Jim Fuller and crew for local news night here on Channel 6.
Like Laurel and Hardy, like Coke and Bacardi, like Juliet and Romeo, ebb and flow, to and fro, together again. Together again for the first time. We've only met in a dream. Up until now it's been the worst time, but now that you're here we're a team. Together again for the first time. Haven't a woe or a care, no longer a bad and a cursed time. It's easy to see, you have to agree.
Rehearsal tracks.
We're destined to be a great pair. All of my life I've been stooging around, nothing to do at a loss. All of my life I've been stooging around, but what good is a stooge if he ain't got a boss? Together again for the first time, back on the track touring now. We're gonna thrill them, we're gonna kill them. You'll be the teacher, we'll make a new creature and scare the bloomin' daylights right out of this town.
My dear Igor, we are just in town for a few days to settle my grandfather's estates, and then I'm out of here. No laboratories, no creatures.
Bet you change your mind, Master. Come on, join in a chorus. It's fun.
My dear Igor, I'll have you know I am the Dean of Anatomy at a world-renowned school of medicine. Although I do sing a bit, and was in fact a whiffin' poof at Yale.
A whiffin' poof? Wow! Come on, Doc, there's no one around.
Oh, there is no one around. What the heck? Let's do it! Together again for the
Together
first
again
time.
for the first time. Haven't a woe or a care.
Longer a bad or a curse.
This is the best time.
It's easy to see.
You have to agree. We're destined to be a great pair. Let's take it.
All of my life I've been bossing around, mean and alone like a Scrooge. All of my life I've been bossing around, but what good is a boss if he ain't got a stooge? Sorry, I don't mean to embarrass you, but I am a rather brilliant surgeon. Perhaps I could help you with that hump.
What hump?
Oh my gosh, it looks like young Frankenstein. Landon.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And Joel, these guys just are ready to put on the stage Young Frankenstein. When does it come off?
It starts next Friday. We open a week from this Friday.
Which the date is?
The 14th.
14th of
Yes.
November, and it goes next weekend, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday matinee at 2. And both weekends at 2 p.m. And let's tell them quickly how to get a ticket, because I know they're going to want one.
Well, the easiest way is to go to millenniumrep.org, right? MILLENNIUM rep.org, or you can call 570-4489 and make a reservation.
Make reservations. Getting tickets online is a good idea.
And it's cheaper that way. We give you a couple bucks off.
Run in the door, and you've got your ticket already printed out, and you're ready to go. And do you mind telling me how much tickets are?
That me again?
That's you again.
Well, at the door, they're 16 for adults, 14 for...
But online, they're
$2 cheaper.
14, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a really
It's
good
really the
deal.
way to go. You save and get to pick your own seat.
All right, obviously that's a big musical.
It is.
It's a big musical, and both of you sound great. Igor or Igor?
It's pronounced Igor.
Igor, all right.
And Dr.
Say what?
And Dr. Freddie Frankenstein.
Oh.
Frankenstein.
It's pronounced Frankenstein.
Okay, and you're the one that works on the brain of patients? Are they dead?
I'm a dean of anatomy,
You're a
and
dean
my
of-
grandfather is the famous Dr. Frankenstein.
Ah.
Who my grandfather worked for.
Exactly.
Okay. And you have... Tell me just a tiny bit without giving the story away, because I haven't seen this.
Okay.
And I know it's a comedy, and I know it's a musical, and I know it's supposed to be hysterical. So
It
that's
is.
enough for me, but I don't know much about it.
Well, Freddie is a dean of anatomy. He has nothing that he wants to do with his grandfather's work of raising up monsters.
Okay.
But when he comes to sell his grandfather's estate after he passes away, Igor here may start to pull him into a little bit of the old action. So that song you just heard together again is saying, come on, we can do what grandfather used to do.
Come on, we can do it. We can get the show on the
Absolutely.
road and make things work.
And there's also a young lady, who makes him want to stay too.
Oh,
Eventually.
Okay. And a few of the other... Who's directing? Wes Campbell is directing this.
Yes.
And Wes does stuff in, what?
Shelbyville.
Shelbyville.
Yes.
And he's decided to come over and help you guys out.
Yep.
I think he's probably a good director.
He is.
And I know that you're doing it with tracks, but I love the track, by the way. And I know that was a rehearsal track. But I think it works really well. I really do. Okay, if you haven't got tickets yet, I would suggest you make a call or go online at
MillenniumRep.org.
millenniumrep.org and get your tickets right away, so that, because it'll be packed out. Your house only holds, what, 150?
180.
180.
So there's 30 extra people right there.
What I love about people that don't know where the theater, there may be some people out there, it's kind of on the square, just off the square in Manchester. You can't miss it. And Manchester's beautiful now, by the way.
Our new square is gorgeous,
wow,
absolutely.
It's so pretty. And you were right there in the spotlight, which
Right
is
there.
nice.
Yeah, at the
good
highlight of it.
parking behind or in front. And we open this weekend and next weekend.
No,
a week
yes,
after
November
this weekend.
14th.
Because I think over here in
Don't take away that extra week of rehearsal from us, please.
Do you think you need it?
I believe we do.
We'll get there.
All right.
Well, there's an awful lot of dancing and an awful lot of people, so, yeah.
We have some great choreographers with us,
Who
too.
choreographs your stuff?
We have Julie Wilcox and Katie Majors with us.
Oh, you have two choreographing this time.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
And,
If you're a natural dancer, it's fun.
well, I didn't think
And-
you have to be. I encourage people to dance. I think that's great. What's been your favorite part of this show?
Oh, gosh, I mean, it's working with the people. We
Yeah.
reunited a lot of our cast from last year's performance of Spamalot.
Oh, my gosh.
And it
I
got
don't
a
think
lot
I
of
can
those.
stand it. Spamalot was so funny. I still talk about your production of Spamalot. I thought it was awesome.
Thank you.
Do you have a favorite part besides wearing that gorgeous cape?
That's it. How did you know? No, the people again. I think
Just the people you
we've
work
got.
with.
We've got Julie Wilcox, one of our choreographers, is the lead, is Frau Blucher,
Oh, okay.
and
Amanda Nellie Jane Wright
Amanda
as
Wright, Inga, and Laurie Berger as Elizabeth.
These are my two different love interests.
Noel,
on the show.
yes,
Well-
and Noel Clements is in it, and Ian Sanders. Who else? Who are we missing?
So you've got a great cast.
Ethan Norfleet
No
and
doubt,
Will Prater,
no
both
doubt.
from
Prater,
Tullahoma.
yeah, mhm.
Will
All
Prater,
right,
Center.
get those tickets. We got to go. And Landon and Joel, thank you so much for being
Thank
here.
you.
I'm excited.
It's so
I'll
nice.
be there.
So nice to be here.
We'll be back with something.
Smoking tobacco accounts for 3 of every 10 fire deaths in the United States.
Tullahoma Fire Department need you en route to a structure fire, 202 Main Street. Heavy smoke showing. Neighbors advise child trapped inside.
Lighters, matches, and associated smoking paraphernalia are the leading cause of preschooler fire deaths. We as firefighters know that most structure fires can be prevented.
I've got one! Command, this is primary search. We have a victim. Need EMS to meet us at the front door.
Please help us to give you a fighting chance. This can be prevented. Contact the Tullahoma Fire Department for a free home safety inspection.
What's a Tennessee vacation? It starts off like any road trip, and then, boom,
adventure and thrills everywhere you look, which happens to be some of the most beautiful scenery in the country. Music here, history there, and all kinds of green in between. Come relax and unwind, or bring the crowd for some stargazing. Or stargazing. Whatever you do, come hungry and expect an awesome soundtrack. It's all right here in Tennessee. We're playing your song. For a free vacation guide, visit tnvacation.com.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and I'm excited to have a young man here with me today that I'm very proud of and respect very much. This is, I guess we can call him now retired.
You can indeed.
General Alan Harris from Tullahoma, Tennessee.
Yeah, thank you, John. I appreciate you telling that, because a lot of folks casually know that I'm from Tullahoma, but not many know that I'm a 72 graduate of Tullahoma High School. So I want to get that out front. And
yeah, I had to go away for a little while.
Had to go away
live
for a
out
while.
Of town.
Spent 30 years in Chattanooga working for the Tennessee Valley Authority, and worked for a little over 3 years in the military department of Tennessee as Assistant Adjutant General for the Army National Guard in Tennessee. So
good. And married to a lovely Tullahoma girl, one of those Lightner girls.
Yeah, one of those
Susan.
Lightner girls. Susan and I have been together since junior high, and been married since we were teenagers. So we've been together a long, long time, and have 2 beautiful children and 4 great-grandchildren. 4 wonderful grandchildren.
There you go. Who are great.
Who are great, yes.
There you go.
Yes,
there you go. And moved back and started redoing what, the old Lightner house?
Actually, we currently
ago.
live in the house that Susan grew up in. The house was built in 1959. We refurbished it a little bit, modernized it, and moved in December of 2012, and we just love it there.
Every now and then, when it's real quiet in that house, can you hear Irby talking to you?
I really can't, but I'm told that, and I probably shouldn't be sharing this, but I'm told that, when we leased the house for several years prior to moving back here, one of our tenants said that she saw Irby.
Well, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it.
So anyway, he's just protecting his territory.
Irby's still imparting wisdom on us.
He is, and I appreciate you mentioning that, John.
Yeah, he was a good guy.
Yeah.
He was a good guy. And, great family. And what you're here to talk to us about today is the event that's going to happen at South Jackson on Veterans Day.
John, it's a big deal to me. I've been serving for just shy of 40 years in the Army, and was asked recently to make a small speech at the event that's held at the South Jackson Civic Center this year. And by the way, I went to South Jackson as a young lad, and back when it was South Jackson Elementary, and so that is kind of a homecoming of sorts for me. I haven't seen the insides of that in years and years and years. So, but the Veterans Day event, and just for those of you that don't know, Veterans Day is held every year on the 11th day of November. Traditionally, it's celebrated at the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. And so we're celebrating this year on Veterans Day, the 11th of November. And if it works out just right, we'll be fully involved at the 11th hour.
Very good, very good.
So it's a big deal. I've been asked what typically goes on at a Veterans Day event, and I will just tell you that the traditional activities, posting of the colors, singing of the national anthem, several patriotic songs I'm sure will happen during this event. And I'm just just excited to be a part of it. And some old general, I guess that would be me, is going to be making a few remarks. My remarks
tell you what, I think you're looking good, man.
Well, thank you, but I think my remarks are going to be pointed in the direction of what it means to us as Americans as a result of what our veterans have done for us.
Yeah.
And just to make a distinction between Memorial Day and Veterans Day, Memorial Day is celebrated typically in May,
right?
And it celebrates the fine servicemen and women of the United States that have died for our country, killed in action. Whereas Veterans Day celebrates the service of all veterans, both living today and in years past, living and dead.
Right. And I quite often say that our veterans and since 9/11, we have given more honor and respect to our first responders, because up until that point,
that's true,
there wasn't the same amount of respect garnered to those folks. And I think it's wonderful that we have included our first responders.
Very true, John.
In our celebrations of service to our country.
Very true.
Because
even though they might not wear the same type of rank that we do, they're a very regimented type society, and they go. They don't ask. They just go.
Yeah, when somebody's running away and you see the people running toward, that's somebody that you need to have respect for.
That's true.
And our veterans, without them, we're this is election day.
It is.
And we have an opportunity in this country to go voice our opinion, no matter what that opinion is, on election day and just about any other day you want to. I think if you're like me, the older you get, the easier it is to voice your opinion,
Absolutely.
whether somebody wants to hear it or not.
Absolutely.
But there's veterans go stand on that wall and fight for our freedom to do that.
To do exactly
and they've
that.
done it for hundreds of years.
To do exactly that. Yeah. It's so appropriate that you mention that today on Election Day, because that is one of the privileges and honors that we as Americans enjoy, is our ability to go out and voice our opinion.
That's right.
And cast our vote. And if we don't vote, we lose our right to complain.
I'm glad you said that, because I agree with that 100%. Yeah. And our percentages are terrible. If we have a good election, we might get 30-some-odd% out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's 65-70% of the people who don't even consider it time-worthy to go vote on how your country is run. So don't complain, folks. Don't complain. Don't get on a stump and raise Cain about it if you didn't go pull the trigger at the poll.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
That's just the way I feel.
The two things, I guess, that I'm reminded of constantly when I guess we're about to run out of time, so I'll just tell you the two things that I am reminded constantly about is what does being American mean to us as a result of what our veterans have done to us. And certainly, John Kelly spoke several years ago, I believe in 2010, about the fact that our American servicemen and women have never gone overseas with the intent of building an empire or becoming a tyrant. In fact, our sons and daughters have done quite the opposite.
Right.
We've gone overseas to free people from tyranny and to eliminate the evil in the world. And the only thing that we have asked for in General Kelly's remarks was a few hundred acres to be able to bury our 220-some-odd thousand dead men and servicemen and women overseas, and to take care of that.
And that to me should serve as a wonderful reminder to the people who we served with the lives of our young, what we were there for.
That's right.
And I think it's a great honor that we're allowed to do that, and should be. My friend, it's always a pleasure.
Thank you, and I
here.
appreciate that. You can go online to find out some of the details. There's also a piece in this about Bob Couch dedication.
Uh-oh, that's good.
So, and I'm not exactly sure what that entails, but I know that Bob was a veteran.
Yes, sir.
And served, and so I'm looking forward to seeing what that presentation is going to be about.
It'll be good.
Yes, sir.
Alan, thank you very much for being here, buddy.
John.
And welcome home.
Yes, sir. Glad to be here.
All right. We'll be right back, folks. Oh, hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the paint. Uh-oh. I just knocked a tree over. This is the paint doctor. I got the color wheel. Now, you know what a color wheel is? It is the wheel at the paint works where you pick all your colors to paint your room. It could be a multicolored beard. It could be a underarm fan. You never can tell. One thing we do know is that it's time to paint. You know, you can make your wife very happy if you go to your house and paint some rooms, or you paint the outside of the house, the inside of the house. It makes them feel very good because you work hard for them and they like that. All women like to see their man sweat, you know? They do. Honeydew is what they do. And you get to do it too. So you go to the paint works at 1960 North Washington Street and you see David Heikkinen over there, and he's the real paint doctor. He fixes you up with color. It's so nice when the color is right. Go to Paintworks today. Martin Senor. See? Martin Senor. Right there. Martin Senor at the Paintworks. Bye, and we see you next time. I'm burning up.
Hi, this is Peter, and I work for the American Red Cross. During events like this, people are always asking how they can help. For just an hour of your time and a little stick in the arm, you too can help save a life. There's always a constant need for blood. Make an appointment with the American Red Cross and donate some blood. Call 1-800-RED-CROSS or go online to redcrossblood.org. Thank you.
Good morning, all you wonderful people in TV land. Thank you, camera lady and camera Jennifer, for putting a real good, sharp picture on the screen. And we hope that you're having a good day. And speaking of South Jackson Goes Country, wow, that's a wonderful show and production that we all want to see because it brings back a lot of memories, and not only for this part of the show, but South Jackson Civic Center, that's such a wonderful part of the Tullahoma history. And not only that part of history and the show, but the music that comes with it, which brings us to our thought for the day, and that is music in Tullahoma. You know, when we were in grade school, in the first and second grade, we had those little triangles on a string that we'd beat, and that was part of our music lessons that day that got us started. And a few folks even took piano lessons back then. And speaking of piano, there was a group of ladies here in Tullahoma for many years that were wonderful musicians and could play the piano real well. And they organized, and it was one of the oldest and longest standing civic type organizations in Tullahoma. It was a music club. And I remember Ms. Rebecca Graham Thompson was active and a leader in the music club for many, many years, and Blanche Cook that served as organist for several churches here in Tullahoma. And the music that was so wonderful, especially on holiday seasons like the Christmas season, they had music programs that was such a wonderful time, and the Christmas music choir for many, many years that performed at South Jackson. That was such a great thing. And you know, there are other music groups. For example, I mentioned this several months ago that the American Legion Post 43 had the first marching band in Middle Tennessee. I think Nashville Post 5 had a band, but Tullahoma Legion Band was a wonderful group. They went to state conventions and they performed at national conventions, and in the early 30s came home with the national championship because they were such great musicians and performed really, really well, and were part of the music culture in Tullahoma. Then, you know, in 1939, our good friend Tut Pyram, that had been real active in the American Legion Band, organized a group that later became Tullahoma High School marching and concert band. Now they have the current band, I think, has more color bearers than in the Tullahoma marching band than we had in the whole band. There were 28 of us in the band. There were 7 rows and 4 abreast, and that 28 group could really, what they didn't make up in quality, they made up in volume, because they could really didn't have but one bass horn, had an alto and a baritone, and the 3 or 4 clarinets, 3 or 4 saxophones, and several trumpet players, and some trombones, and I wanted to play football, but I wasn't big enough, so they said, "Hey, we need you in the band," and they made me play the bass drum that weighed 20 pounds more than I did, but we had a wonderful time marching and making racket. And you know, speaking of the American Legion Band, when they didn't perform downtown on Sunday afternoons and the big portable platform, they performed at the baseball games up at Wade Field in the afternoons, Sunday afternoons, and people came a lot of times just to hear the music as well as watch the ball game, of course. But it was great, and time went on, and I remember the barbershop quartets here in Tullahoma that was so popular for many, many years, and they performed regularly. And the Lions Club had the Lions Minstrels for a number of years. It had a lot of real good music in it, and they were not only real funny, but they were entertaining, and they brought a lot of culture and a lot of friends that got to perform. That were not really artists, but they loved to share whatever talent they had in the way of music with the community, and they were just wonderful. And the Paul Powell Dulcimer Association, organized 10, 12 years ago, has meant a lot to Tullahoma and the area here, because people have come from Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, and Kentucky, all over to the annual Paul Powell Dulcimer weekend, and they perform, and that music is real good too. And some of them have performed on Tullahoma Living here with the Senior Citizens Group. They share that music, and the senior citizens have music programs within their activities. It means a lot. Now, 2 of the great groups that have performed and are practicing already, the Tullahoma High School Marching Band that has performed so well. I would guess they have 150 probably in the band now, that's directed by Mr. Coleman and his wife, and they do such a wonderful job. And their themes in recent years have been outstanding, with the big portable things that they've put on for the halftime shows have been so wonderful and entertaining. And not only are those band players, they are musicians, and they are really good, and some of them have gone on to lead bands, high school bands themselves, and gotten their degrees in music, which means so much to them. And then the Aristocats, the high school chorus that's been such a wonderful part of the music department for so many years, and they are outstanding. They've been to many contests through the years, and have won many trophies for their outstanding service. And they're a really wonderful group, the Tullahoma High School Aristocats. And now with DVDs and CDs and that sort of thing, it's a lot easier to share that music and make it available to everybody. And we just sure hope you have enjoyed the music through the years. We look forward to a lot more of it, and we thank you for watching. And remember, this is not the end of the story, because there's a whole lot more to come, and we hope you have a real, real good day.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the paint. Uh-oh. I just knocked a tree over. This is the paint doctor. I got the color wheel. Now, you know what a color wheel is? It is the wheel at the Paint Works where you pick all your colors to paint your room. It could be a multicolored beard. It could be a underarm fan. You never can tell. One thing we do know is that it's time to paint. You know, you can make your wife very happy if you go to your house and paint some rooms, or you paint the outside of the house, the inside of the house. It makes them feel very good because you work hard for them and they like that. All women like to see their man sweat. You know, they do. Honeydew is what they do. And you get to do it too. So you go to the Paint Works at 1960 North Washington Street, and you see David Heikkinen over there, and he's the real paint doctor. He fixes you up with color. It's so nice when the color is right. Go to Paint Works today. Martin Senor. See? Martin Senor. Right there. Martin Senor at the Paint Works. Bye, and we see you next time. I'm burning up.
Hi, this is Peter, and I work for the American Red Cross. During events like this, people are always asking how they can help. For just an hour of your time and a little stick in the arm, you too can help save a life. There's always a constant need for blood. Make an appointment with the American Red Cross and donate some blood. Call 1-800-RED-CROSS or go online to redcrossblood.org. Thank you.
All right, folks, we're back, and, you know, I got so many favorite things. We're so lucky to live around here where everything's good, and one of my favorite things is to eat at the Bell Buckle Cafe, and if you watch Tennessee Traveler every Monday night, you'll hear me say my favorite restaurant in the world. Of course, I hadn't been around much of it, but that part I have is the Bell Buckle Cafe, and I'm proud to have with me today Mr. Jay Gregory, the owner, operator, food technician, food research man, all around HN. He's the head man. He's the head man over there, except when Jeanette's in the room.
Well, no, that's, you know, I had that discussion last night, as a matter of fact, and I do wear the pants in the family. She just tells me what color to put on every morning. And so you left out that I get to scrub the floors and the walls and all that too.
Yeah, and keep the tour buses running, and the banquet hall too. We need to remember the Bell Buckle Banquet Hall, and Martha with feathers in her hair.
Good old Martha. Yeah,
we love her.
Oh yeah, we just had a great Halloween party, and Martha dressed up as the Walking Dead, and it surprised me. It didn't change her at all. I recognized her immediately, but. Sorry, Martha. Yeah, but you know, I got several things. If I can talk about. I've got this paper here because I can't remember all of it. And do you mind if I kind of go over a couple things here?
You can do whatever you want. This is your.
Martha gave me.
This is your 6 minutes of fame right here.
Martha gave me my walking instructions here, right? My marching instructions, and I want to talk about the Thanksgiving buffet at the Bell Buckle Banquet Hall. November 27th, which is Thanksgiving Day, right?
Yeah, sounds like it to me.
We're going to extend an hour. We had so many people last year that we're going to do it from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. this year, John. And the menu is going to be tremendous this year. We're changing a few things up from the last couple of years. We're going to have a lot of course, the traditional turkey and ham and things that we're well known for. And we're going to add some new items to the menu. So I encourage everybody to come out. Get your reservations early. They're already coming in like crazy. And we can only take so many. And this is legitimate. This isn't a sales ploy.
That room seats about what?
I'm going to be able to
80?
seat about 200. Yeah, at a time. But we're full every year.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just grown like crazy. So I'm just saying, if you want in there, you better get your reservations. We still have openings right now. But now the crush is going to come on. They're really starting to come in. So the adults are $21.95. Children 6 to 12 are $10.95. Under 6, we just give them a lollipop and sit them on a chair somewhere. You know, they're happy. They go for it every time.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's reservations are 931-389-0223 or 0224. So call us and make that reservation. You don't want to miss it. Everybody just has a wonderful time.
Now, will there be music?
No, you know, I don't. I did that one year, and everybody didn't really want the music. They just wanted to visit. The ladies have found out that they work hard for Thanksgiving, and we're getting whole families that are coming in because they're getting a fabulous home-cooked meal, and they're not having to work so hard. Usually the women have to work, and the men fall asleep on the couch because turkey makes you tired. You know that, right?
That's why I'm tired.
Yeah, you eat too much turkey.
No, one, she's tired.
So, you know, it's just the women love it. So we're getting more and more. They're bringing the whole family down. And we had a little resistance the first couple of years because they said, oh, Mom, we want to have it at the house. And then they come down and say, oh, Mom, you can't cook like this. No offense, ladies. But that's the truth. It really happens, and it eases up on everybody. We clean up the mess and all that. So come on down.
All right, what else you got going on?
I got something here, and I got to kind of go over this. Martha gave this to me. She's right in the middle of this with Assad over at the 82 Market there, which is a great convenience store. They've got food, convenience store. You know, they got everything, fuel, you name it.
That's in Bell Buckle.
That's in Bell Buckle, right. Yes. And on Saturday, November 8th, we are hosting the annual, the Veterans Day Weekend Motorcycle Rally and Celebration. And this year is going to mark a high point for the event. It's going to be a full day of full activities for everyone. There'll be music, food, a silent auction, a dream come true raffle. They're giving away an ATV, beautiful four-wheeler in this raffle. And one of the best poker runs anywhere. You know, it's really a great event. We're especially excited because 2 new events this year. The Missing Man Honor Guard ceremony will pay tribute to America's brave warriors who are MIA. A special guest, Ashley Sand, is a young soldier's widow. Ashley honors her husband and all military personnel by preparing and sending care packages, over $11,000 per year, to service members overseas. Now, we need things. We need anybody that comes to bring beef jerky packets, protein bars, hand warmers, baby wipes for the troops. This is a special, special thing. This is some of the items that they say beef jerky is like gold to the troops over there. So if you can bring beef jerky, and they love potted meat and Spam. And Vienna sausage, you know, that's my favorite. It's in my tackle box every time I go fishing. That and a loaf of bread, and I'm fixed for the day.
Okay.
But soups, candies, Pop-Tarts, protein bars, chapsticks, hand warmers, sunflower seeds, crackers, nuts, trail mix, baby wipes, coffee, hot chocolate drink mixes, and creamers. So any of that stuff, if you want to bring it by the 82 Market in Bell Buckle or the Bell Buckle Cafe, we will get it to Ashley, and she'll send it off to the troops. This is such an important thing. Please don't forget our troops over there.
There you
go. Please, please. Also, bring toys for tots. And I want to mention that we have the Moving Wall coming November in 2015. And we've got a lot of sponsors already lined up for this. But there's room for more sponsors if you'd like to join us. The moving wall comes in on a semi-truck. It's a replica of the one in D.C.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been there, but it's a moving thing. It's a wonderful, wonderful tribute to our soldiers on what they've sacrificed.
Right.
But we're going to have it right there in Bell Buckle, November 2015. We'd like to invite everybody down. It's 1/3 the size of the real wall, but it is an exact replica, and it's absolutely amazing. And we need to be there. You need to be there. We've got to support these troops. We've got so much coming up. We've got to support these guys, what they're doing.
That's right. You're exactly correct.
Does that mean I've talked too much? My time's up?
That means you've talked too much. Your time's up. But we do want to say that Valerie Smith has a new album out.
She does. The Human Condition. It's fabulous. Just go online and punch in Valerie Smith. She come up all over the place. Look at her YouTube videos that are on there. And I got to mention, tomorrow morning, the producers of America's Got Talent has given Valerie a VIP pass to go for the audition at 8 o'clock in the morning, and it's looking really good. I think all things going well. The producers are really excited about her music, and it looks like Valerie will be on America's Got Talent. At this point, we'll know tomorrow. Stay tuned for further announcements,
there
folks.
You go. Yeah. Jay Gregory, things good always happen in the enchanted village of Bell Buckle. We thank Jay and Jeanette and their lovely and wonderful family for all the service they give to our community, specifically making food that keeps me happy. I guarantee you that. We'll be right back after these messages.
Partners for Healing provides medical care to the working uninsured of Coffee, Franklin, and Moore counties. We are in Tullahoma from 8 to 5, Monday through Thursdays, and in Manchester on Fridays from 8 to 12. We provide primary medical care and offer an in-house disease management program.
My name is Rosie Mitchell, and I would just like to say I am blessed to have partners in my life.
Please call 455-5014 for more information. Thank you for being one of our Partners for Healing.
A world without breast cancer is a world with more birthdays. And signing up for the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Walk will help us get there faster. The American Cancer Society invests in groundbreaking breast cancer research, and we're part of every community. In fact, 1 in 2 women newly diagnosed with breast cancer turns to us for support. Sign up today at makingstrideswalk.org. Together, we can finish the fight against breast cancer.
That was quick.
Yes,
fast and furious.
So much happening in Bell Buckle.
Bell Buckle and here, and you know what really makes me happy is the fact that that so many people are giving our veterans their due.
It's time,
and I appreciate it. And speaking of time,
we got
the X, and so we're out of time, folks. We'll see you next time.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.